Hello, my name is Faiz. Could you tell me your full name, please?
Hi, I'm Nitya Boinapalli.
And how would you like to be called?
You can call me Nitya.
Thank you. I'd like to ask you a few questions about yourself. Shall we start?
Yes,
Do you work or are you a student?
I'm a student right now.
What are you currently studying?
I'm doing my third semester in Bachelor's of Business Administration.
And why did you choose to study this?
My family is mostly into business, and I thought I could get into that field as well.
So, what do you hope to do once you're done with this program that you're studying?
I would like to continue doing my MBA, and then maybe get into marketing.
Cool. Now, I'd like to ask you a few questions about laughing. What things make you laugh?
Well, goofy people, dark humor, memes, and sitcoms such as Friends and Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Do you like making other people laugh?
I do, yes.
And why?
Making other people laugh makes me laugh, and it's nice.
Fair enough. Do you think it's important for people to laugh?
Yes, it is a way of expressing their emotions, and it is healthy.
Is laughing the same as feeling happy?
No, it is not.
And why not?
I feel like laughing is just something that you can do in a group and you can express, whereas being happy is something that you have to have within yourself.
Thank you, Nitya. That was the end of the first part of the test. So this brings us to the second part of the test. I am going to give you a topic and you will be speaking about the topic for at least about 1 to 2 minutes. You will be given a minute to jot down any ideas that you have regarding the topic, and you can make some notes to help you if you wish. So here's a pencil and a paper, and this is your cue card. So I would like you to describe an idea you had for improving things at work or at school. You have 1 minute, and you can start making notes now. Alright, remember you have 1 to 2 minutes to talk about this topic. Don't worry if I stop you. I will let you know when your time is up. You may start to speak now.
Back in school in 11th grade, my classmates and I were thinking of doing some kind of a fest in school and to include other schools to come and participate. So they didn't really think about raising money while having the fest. So I gave an idea about doing a fundraiser and maybe donating that money to a government school. So I've been thinking about it for a while because I've always wanted to do something like this, that is to either donate or just help out in the society. So I talked to them about it and they were pretty happy. And I talked to my guidance counselor before I approached them. So she seemed quite happy with my idea because it's just something new that our school hasn't ever tried before. So she told me that instead of giving them the money directly, we could supply them with equipment such as shoes and pencils, pens, and just things that they could use every day. So during the fest, the fest went great and it was a huge success. We went to their school and we looked at what was wrong and we saw that they didn't really have good shoes and good equipment, so we bought them whatever they needed and they were really happy about it.
Thank you, Nitya. So was this idea implemented to your satisfaction?
Yes, it was.
So this brings us to the end of the second part of the test. We shall now move on to the third part. We've been talking about ideas. I'd like to discuss with you some more things related to this topic. First, let's talk about ideas in the field of education. So some people think that education should be about memorizing the facts from the past. Do you agree?
Yes, I do. I feel like looking at the past and trying to implement something new is just way of creating new ideas. So
Right.
that probably helps the present.
Should education encourage students to have their own ideas, and why?
Yes, for sure. I feel like students have their own perspective in education and how it should be taught to them. So maybe that will just help them out by in concentrating.
Right. So how do you think teachers could help students develop their own ideas?
Well, teachers could encourage having workshops and group discussions so that students can talk amongst themselves and create a plan about what they want and how they want it to be.
Right. So do you think parents play an important role when it comes to developing a child and its ideas?
Yes, for sure. I feel like parents are the biggest influences in a student's life, and them talking about encouraging ideas would probably be a really exciting thing for a student.
Right. Thank you. Now we are going to discuss how ideas are received at workplace. Right. Should employers encourage their workers to have new ideas about improving their company?
Yes, for sure. The more the merrier.
And why do you think so?
If you have a lot of minds around you, and if you take more opinions, then you just have better options for you and for your company. So why not?
Right. Do you think people sometimes dislike ideas just because they're new?
Yeah, I think they do, because not everyone can agree with your opinion.
Right. But do you think a lot of ideas floating around could make people indecisive?
Yes, it could, but at the same time, I mean, it could create something positive.
Fair enough. So what do you think is more difficult? Having new ideas or putting them into practice?
I think putting the ideas into practice is difficult.
And why do you think so?
Well, you could always give out ideas, but you might not be able to implement them.
Right. So which one of the two do you think is more important for a successful company?
Putting them into practice for sure.
Thank you so much. This is the end of the speaking test.